Hey folks, welcome to Drive Across Texas. I'm your host, Pat Waters. I'm in the historical downtown square area in Granbury, Texas at Divine Wine with the owner, Miss Hedges. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I tell you, you've got a beautiful place here, and I'm excited for you to tell the viewers what Divine Wine is about.
Well, we're a small on-premises winery. We make all of our own wine right here in this little building here, and bottle it and label it right here. But our goal is to help people to be introduced to wine and learn to love wine as much as we do.
Well, that's great. I was talking to the other partner, Josh, that he said that people come in here and actually get involved in the process of making their own wine. Can you tell me a little bit about that process?
Oh yes, we do all the hard work. People come in and taste and decide what they like, and then we start the fermentation process. Wine doesn't make overnight, so it takes a couple months. But while it's fermenting, they think about what kind of custom label they want to have on it. And when it gets finished, they get to come in and bring their family and friends and bottle their own wine.
That's amazing. That's a very unique business plan.
It is.
Yeah, that's cool. So they do it like for weddings and corporate gifts and different things like that.
Absolutely. And sometimes just because they just want some wine with their own special label on it. Makes good Christmas gifts and things like that.
That's cool. Now, you also provide finger foods, different things for when they're
Yes, we do.
wanting?
We've got meat and cheese trays, a little spinach artichoke tray, hummus, that kind of thing. Things that go with the wine.
Well, that's good. You know, I'm curious to ask, I know that you bought this and it's been in business since 2005, then you and your husband got involved in 2006. So tell me the process. How does a guy go about getting into a wine business?
Well, we were customers here because this was already existing. Josh was working here for the previous owners, and we came in and ordered a batch of wine like we talked about.
Yeah.
And we were here bottling our own wine when my husband says to Josh, "This is the coolest place I've ever seen, and I've always wanted to own a business like this." And Josh very quickly says, "Funny you should ask. This place is for sale and I need a partner."
This is your lucky day.
And I didn't hear any of this. All I could hear was my husband in the corner yelling, "Sold!"
That's awesome. Well, I tell you, man, I appreciate the hospitality. Thank you for allowing us to barge in on your business. You've got a very, very unique place. Folks, if you're ever in Granbury, Texas on the square, be sure and stop and say hello to Miss Hedges. I know that she'll treat you with great hospitality like she has us at Divine Wine. Y'all remember now, that baby's coming from a Texan. Adios.
Drive across Texas.
Hey folks, welcome back to Drive Across Texas, our edition of Divine Wine here in downtown Granbury, Texas. We just got through interviewing Miss Hedges, one of the proprietors and owners of Divine Wine, and now we're with Josh Winters here. He's also an owner, and also you're the one that basically, what'd you call it earlier?
A vintner.
Vintner,
yes.
He makes the wines.
Yes.
Josh, how you doing, brother?
Doing well, doing
Good.
well.
Thank
Good
you
to
so
see
much
you.
for having us.
Oh, yes.
Man, tell the viewers about what you do here at Divine Wine.
Well, we make about 23 different wines here at Divine Wine, and we get grapes in to us that come in juice form. So we get the juice, and then if you want to make your own wine, you can actually pick. We have 4 different kinds of oak you can have it aged in, lots of different fruits you can have added to it, and then we can actually custom blend the type of wine you want to make. And so you can try some of ours that we have already blended up, and then you can kind of compromise and like do your own version of it right here. And then you get to bottle, cork, and label it. We ferment in stainless steel. So it's really cool little, there's like lots of microbreweries, and we're kind of like a micro-winery is what we do.
Man, I tell you, it's such a unique idea. Now, you've got to be honest with me. Were you the one that come up with that, or was it Miss Hedges?
No, it's actually there's a few little places doing it like that, and we were real early. We were the 3rd one in Texas that I know of that was doing it like this.
I'm gonna say there's not a lot because with Drive Across Texas, we go all over. We've been to Sandia with our buddies down at South Texas Distillery, the home of Wild Rag Vodka, which it's a vodka that's made with a mesquite bean. We've been to Garrison Distillery with the bourbon, several different wineries, and this is the first time that I've walked across this unique business platform. And man, I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's real. People really like to do it too because there's so much of that Pinterest out there, and you see like, you know, how you can do things, and this is just a way to make sure that you can get it right also, because we're going to make sure you don't mess up your wine.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I appreciate your hospitality. And do you mind showing us around the building a little bit?
No, we can absolutely do that.
All
I'll
right.
check it out.
Folks, next time you're in Granbury, Texas, a historical downtown, which is absolutely stunning and beautiful, be sure to stop by Divine Wine and see the buddies here that I have. They'll take good care of you. Remember now, that baby's coming from a Texan. Adios. Josh, what is this called?
This is an Italian glass carboy. And when we say you can make your own wine, this is how much you make. You get 28 bottles of your own custom wine. So you come in and we've got different juices you can pick from. 4 types of oak. We have a heavy toasted American, light French, and dark French. And you get to pick how much oak or no oak. We even do some with no oak, and those are called naked wines. And this will ferment for about 28 to 45 days. And then it takes another month to 6 weeks for it to actually clarify. And so when you'll get this initially, it's gonna be all the way full. And by the time we filter it and everything, you get 28 to 30 of your own very custom wine that you can
That's
bottle
cool.
and cork and label yourself.
So I got a question here. You say you have 4 different types of oak.
Yes.
Now, does that determine a different taste?
Yes, on the white wines, we typically do the French oak because it's a little bit lighter taste. And with the American oak is what we do our reds in because it's a little bolder, more flavorful.
Cool. Now, do me a favor, if you don't mind, if you'd be so kind. Will you walk the viewers through the process from start to finish?
Yes.
Of what happens?
All right, well, actually, it first starts with just good grapes. You can't do anything without good grapes. And so all our wines that we make are 100% pure varietals. So there's no filler grapes in them. If you order a Cabernet, it's gonna be 100% Cabernet. If you make a Chardonnay, 100% Chardonnay. And then from there, we use oak chips instead of oak barrels. So we'll ferment the juice in oak chips for about, like I said, 28 to 45 days. And then we will let it sit for another 4 weeks to 6 weeks. And so the whole process of actually fermentation is about 90 days. And then we definitely want it to sit in, so we'll put it in the carboy and let it sit for a little bit. And then you want it to sit even longer. We age ours in the bottle. So it ages a little bit quicker once you break it down into smaller.
Oh, that's cool. So once you get it to this point, you know this little doomy hits you here. I don't know what that's called.
Airlock.
Airlock. So
Yes.
basically it's letting the gases from the bottle escape out the top, but it does not allow air to get back into
Exactly,
it.
exactly.
So you keep this on here for how long?
It stays in the carboy for about a month.
So a month. So once this process is over with, you can go ahead and pour the 28 bottles, whatever it was a while ago you said, into the bottles and let it finish fermenting at that point.
No, it'll be done fermenting at that point.
Okay.
That's when it just ages, and the longer it
Okay.
ages, the better it tastes.
Awesome. Well, I'm telling you what, folks, that's the process. If you want to make your own particular wine, put your own custom label on it, come see my buddies at Divine Wine in Granbury, Texas. Remember now, baby's coming from a Texan. Adios.
You need a straw?
Yes. This is Chardonnay, and I'm fixing to knock this baby out.